Good morning, guys. Welcome to the smallest state capital in the United States, Montpelier, Vermont. So the plan bright and early this morning is I'm going to take you guys with me to a little coffee shop up here called Capitol Grounds. Get some coffee. They supposedly sell gluten-free options, so I'm hoping I can get like a breakfast sandwich, and then we are going to walk around a little bit and eventually end up actually right back here at the hotel where I'm staying and check out the Capitol State House. So let us get up here and get some coffee. We are around the corner now on Elm Street, walking north, and so we're basically walking parallel to the Winooski River on the west side. We're going to walk up here a couple blocks, take a look at some of the places, and then come back down on the east side through Main Street and check out the town that way. The hippie chickpea. But yeah, so the Winooski runs apparently north and south and east and west here, and the layout of the city essentially follows the banks of that river. So gives it kind of a unique shape. So because the city is built right along the banks of the river, it's also prone to flooding. And in 1927, they had a really wet summer, and they got a huge rainstorm that dropped something like 7 inches of rain over the course of a day in the area here, which caused massive flooding all through downtown. And after all the waters receded, it left upwards of 6 inches to a foot of silt on the floor of a lot of the shops downtown. So, and so as a result, or in response to that flood in 1927, I think this is where I want to go. Yeah, here it is. So we're gonna walk down here, cross over the Winooski, and walk back down towards Main Street. But yeah, in response to the flood in 1927, they ended up building a dam like 4 or 5 miles upstream here of the part of the river here that we're gonna look at. They built a dam and a resulting reservoir called the Wrightsville Dam and Wrightsville Reservoir. Can you imagine having a place like this here? Not only is it like a permanent rain sound outside your window all day, every day, but you can sit on your patio or your deck and just see this, minus the culvert. And so yeah, this is the north-south portion of the Winooski that runs down and intersects the east-west portion. And hopefully if a local or someone who knows about this better than me sees this, they can explain it. But I do not understand how both can be the same river, but I don't know. So, all right, so now we're going to head down and really start to check out like the heart of the city. And yeah, it's honestly, it's just shocking. I mean, I know it's small, I know it's whatever, but when you think about this being the state capital, it's amazing that like Friday morning rush hour and there's nothing going on downtown really. I've seen like I don't know what you'd think. It's just like a small town with nothing major going on, not the capital of a US state. I mean, even out here, right? This is only, how long have we been walking? 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And there's nothing out here. There's not a sound, and it's what, 9:30-ish now, something like that. So it's amazing. It's so much different from what I'm used to. So supposedly on, you know, any given business day, the population or the number of people in the town here multiplies by 3 or 4, right? From 8,000 to, you know, 20, 25,000 for like people that have various jobs in town, etc., working for the government. But I've not seen anything even resembling 8,000 people wandering around here, much less, you know, 3-4 times that. So I believe we have just turned onto Main Street, which should head us right downtown where we started. Yeah. So when we were here in the spring, we parked out front of a taco shop called the Mad Taco, and it has a drawing on the window out front, this big like caricature drawing of the Mad Hatter that just caught me off guard. Seems kind of out of place, and also I'm not really sure how that relates to tacos. So Capitol Grounds is right down there. Ah, there's the Mad Taco. I'll cross over here, but you can see it across the street there next to the Cool Jewels. So this is not the State House, so I do not know. Is this just a giant church, I'm guessing? Oh, it's City Hall. People here are far too polite. Anytime I get near a crosswalk, traffic just stops. It makes me super uncomfortable. Now we're coming up on the Mad Taco here. so you can get carnitas, 2 tacos for 13 bucks. And I'm all about some delicious tacos, but for 13 bucks, I don't know. Now we are making our final turn here down, what is this? State Street off of Main Street. You have Capitol Grounds right there, which is where we started. Past it is I think there's a post office, some kind of federal office building, and then we get to the State House of Vermont, which is really cool. So up here on the left, coming up here in a minute, is actually where I stayed last night. It's called the Capitol Plaza. It's technically now, as of a few years ago, a Hilton, but it's part of Hilton's tapestry collection. Hilton has started to create an additional revenue stream for them, has started buying up a bunch of local hotels, and they essentially they kind of add the Hilton brand to the name, but they leave the hotels the same. They don't redo them and they're like all done up, whatever. They kind of leave them to be their own, have their own unique characteristics still. All right, so I need to put this down to read this too. It's called the Capitol Plaza Hotel, Montpelier, Tapestry Collection by Hilton. But this is it here. They have a steakhouse. It's right out front. My room is one of those rooms right up there on the 4th floor. It's the entryway. It's where we started. You see the tapestry collection. So that's how you actually, that's the lobby of the hotel. But they have this interesting, like, enclosed storefront walkway thing that has a market and some shops and things. They have a salon, a barber shop. And so, interestingly, even though the hotel lobby is way back there, they've got a FedEx here. I actually get to my hotel room from this like kind of back sketchy looking elevator here that's nowhere near the hotel lobby or accessible by the hotel lobby. So I guess the 6th floor is all these additional companies. But yeah, I parked right up back there. You see a little train? Look at this building for the Vermont Historical Society. That's incredibly cool. And so now we're getting to the state government buildings, including the state capitol, which is right here behind these trees. Public Utility Commission, Department of Public Service. Okay, so the Vermont Secretary of State's offices. Are in that building. What other state are you going to go to where these are your state offices, your state government offices? Only 22 miles from Stowe, which, in case you didn't know, Ben & Jerry's, the original Ben & Jerry's is there, and they've got a Ben & Jerry's factory that's there that offers a crazy amount of ice cream options. So, if you're ever in the area, Ben & Jerry's. Now to walk up to the State House. But yeah, this is now going on 10 a.m. on a Friday morning, a working Friday morning. And this is how busy even the state building areas are. It's crazy. You would think it's like 7 a.m. on a Saturday in a small town with people just out walking their dogs and getting coffee and stuff. Isn't there a giant statue of a person up here? Where am I? Ah, yeah. Ethan Allen, leader of the Green Mountain Boys, demanding the surrender of the Ticonderoga in the name of the Great Jehovah and the Continental Congress. All right, so that is the state capitol of Vermont. It's a pretty cool building, right? Kind of unusual when you compare it to all the other buildings in the area. Or I guess maybe not, right? Because you still have some sort of, you know, quote, regular looking buildings. But this one, especially with its gold dome, it's pretty cool, right? Ethan Allen headed up the Green Mountain Boys in the late 1700s, which was a militia group that essentially fended off New York from claiming and taking control of this area up here that at the time was Vermont and New Hampshire, I think. I'm not sure which other states. I'm pretty sure it was those two at least. Yeah, and so interestingly, the retail store Ethan Allen is named after the leader of a militia organization, a New England militia organization, which makes me wonder if Ethan Allen, the organization, is based out of here too. I don't know if that's based out of here, but another interesting thing, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters is also based out of Vermont. The mountain range that runs through the west side of Vermont is the Green Mountains. Having up bikers to stop. It's impressive. Like bicyclists. Okay, so again, it's my hotel. This is State Street. And behind it here where this bridge is the other part of the Winooski. And also railroad tracks that are right here that run parallel to that. So this is the east-west portion of the Winooski that runs along the south side of the city and separates it from Berlin, which is just right over here. But yeah, I think we're going to call that it for today. Thank you for joining me on this little walkthrough of the smallest state capital in the U.S., Montpelier, Vermont. Hopefully you found it as interesting as I did. If you're ever in the area, come check it out. It's small, but it's got a lot of unique things to see and check out, and it doesn't take that long to explore, so it won't be a big time commitment. But yeah, so I guess until next time, I will talk to you soon. All right, bye. that the first part that we walked through, well, that only absolutely scared the crap out of me, just a little bit. So anyway, okay, now where was I?